Welcome to Behind the Founder, the show where we go beyond the pitch and dive into the real stories behind today's most interesting apps and software tools. I'm your host, Marty Englander. Each episode, I sit down with the founder to uncover the journey, the lessons, and the thinking behind the tool they've built. Today, I'm joined by Andrew Petrovics, the founder of VideoToBlog.ai, a cloud-based tool that instantly transforms your videos into powerful, SEO-friendly blog articles. Let's get into it. Andrew, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I'm really excited to have you here. I saw your tool and I was like, this is really streamlined, super easy to use. And we're going to get into the whole demo of the tool, but I want to just get to know you as the founder first. So the first question I want to ask you is, before you launched the app, who were you and what were you doing to make a living?
I'm a software engineer by trade. Directly before this, I was working for a company in fintech. Building mobile apps is usually my specialty. And then before that, I had my own startup for about 3 years. Same space, was building a mobile app. That didn't work out. And even before that, it was just more software engineering at other companies.
So what you're telling us is your background in development is actually a really good thing for the customer, because you get a lot of founders who do these startup apps just for cash generators and they don't really know what's going on with their developers, and that leaves quite a hole in the platform. Have you known any companies or people to actually launch softwares like that?
Yeah, for sure. I know if you're non-technical and this isn't your background, that's super hard to do. And I personally admire all the people that do that. I think to do that, you have to be really good at managing people. In my case, it is a little bit more streamlined. I build the app, I know the ins and outs of it, and I also do the support. So anytime anyone emails me, hey, this is weird, this is wrong, I can quickly go fix it. So I think it gives me a little bit of an advantage. At the same time, there are non-technical people building really great stuff, and they probably focus on a lot more stuff that I should be focusing on, like marketing and stuff like that. But I think there's multiple ways to build an app. You can get other people to do it. You can do it yourself. In my case, I have the background. And it's what I love to do. I love building products that help solve a problem for the end user. I've been doing that. I've built a lot of products. Most of them have failed. This one is showing some semblance of success. And so I love it. I love building it and making it better for all the people that use it.
We've all failed so many times. I don't think you can be in business and not fail. What do you think was the reason your past projects failed, and why do you think this product is now starting to see success?
That's a good question. I think it's like a numbers game. I really do. And I think it has something to do with, if it's an idea that I came up with in my head, it's going to fail. But if it's an idea that I heard from someone else, I think it has a better chance of working. So in this case, I had a bunch of ideas in my head that I thought were great. They never worked out. The idea for this came from an Upwork post. Someone posted a job to take one of their video transcripts and create a blog from it. But at that time, the context for AI was so small, so you couldn't put that whole transcript in there. So this is where that idea came from. I saw that and I was like, oh, this is a pretty easy thing to do, I think. I think it's a numbers game. I think 10% of startups succeed. So if you want to succeed, you need to create 10 of them and have 9 of them fail.
What's really interesting about your app is I actually find the name really interesting. Now, for anyone listening, VideoToBlog is a highly searched keyword on search engines, which gets a lot of traffic. So I'm wondering, was this a strategic naming convention to target that sort of search term, or what was your thought process behind naming this app?
Both. Those half that I did learn, you will get immediate search traffic from your domain name. So whatever you name your domain name, if that's related to the keyword search, you'll like immediately get some traffic from it. But the other half is, again, I've built so many things that failed. And previously I spent so much time trying to like name it, and naming so hard that I'm just like, this is going to fail anyways. Let me just name the first thing that comes to mind.
I have a little bit of background in SEO, that's search engine optimization, to anyone wondering. And I just thought it was a brilliant name, just straight to the point, instant clarity. There could be some strategic approach here, which was another thing that I really liked. Anything that like gives instant clarity about what the thing does is like a thumbs up from me. Because you get so many other developers or tools on the market where it's like these weird names and you're like, what does that even mean? What does it even do? I think that was quite a credit to you just to be able to simplify that for the customer. When the vision of your app, where are you hoping to take this in the next couple of years? If things keep continuing going well, where do you want it to be and what do you want it to look like for people?
I think that the vision has always been the same ever since I tested it and saw that it worked. The whole goal, the whole vision is we want to be able to take your videos and create really awesome, high quality blog posts with the least amount of effort. I know that sounds simple, but it's actually really hard. What I don't want is AI generated content polluting the internet. What I want is like, yeah, we're going to use AI to make this a lot quicker, but we still want quality content. We want people when they read it to like it actually teaches them something. It has some sort of use. What is high quality content? It reads really well, it's organized well, it has appropriate links, it has appropriate images in there to assist with that, it has great call to actions. And so the vision is that you put in a video, do one click, and you get all of that. We're not there yet. We definitely save people time, and we have great articles. And if you want to make it really great, you can go through and edit and proofread it. But yeah, that's the whole vision. It's just chipping away at that, making every step you have to do in our product now to get a great article. We want to eliminate that step and just make it quicker, faster, and much more higher quality.
Yeah, nice. So in terms of comparing this app to getting a freelancer or a human writer to do the equivalent of what your app is offering, what sort of cost difference is it?
It's a great question. That's something I've had on my to-do list to really get the numbers and put that on our website. I think to get a solid like freelance writer to do this, I think usually they charge like around $50 per video for American prices.
Is that per transcription?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then is that also converting that transcription into a blog, or do they pay extra for that?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm talking about just the transcript and converting
Yeah.
that into a blog post. I think those are some of the numbers I've seen, or at least those are the numbers I've seen people willing to pay for, like on
Yeah.
Upwork, $50 a video, which isn't that bad if you got a ton of videos and you want high quality content.
Is that a timeline, how long the video is? So a 10-minute video to be transcribed is like $50, for example.
It's a good question. And again, I haven't done too much research on it, so I don't want to act like I'm an expert. But the postings I've seen, it seemed to me that their videos were 30 minutes or less,
Oh,
and
okay.
and that's kind of what they were doing, like $50 per video. I didn't know where they put the job post. If they put it for U.S. only, it's a lot different than if they're looking for people worldwide. It's a really good question. More research to figure out that.
When I found, because I've dabbled with trying to generate content from videos, one of the biggest issues with AI is the fact that it hallucinates. So one really good way, which you've probably done with your tool, is to stop it from hallucinating as much. You need to give it really clear direction. So what better direction to give it than your own transcript from a video? But even trying to refine that transcription and turn that into like a really good optimized blog is a real pain. In terms of quality and results, what sort of results have you had from your own tool for your own material? Let's base that on traffic rather than monetary traffic generation. I think that's a good starting point.
One of the best ways to get it not to hallucinate is to provide it with all the information it needs. This is a really good use case for AI because it's not just coming up with content out of thin air. If it's coming up with content out of thin air, it was trained on the internet, so it's nothing novel. We tell the AI, give it very clear directions, stick to the transcript, don't make anything up. AI, because it's still original content. It's the video author's content. We're just rearranging it in a different format. I'm really excited about that. As far as your question about traffic, I am actually in the process of revamping our blog to our publications feature, which is something we've recently came out with. Basically, if you don't have so sorry to give you some background. So
No,
previously, VideoToBlog, the whole idea was that create your content from a video and then go put it on your website. What we learned is that a lot of people don't have their own website. So what we've launched recently is called publications. Basically, you don't need a website. We'll publish it for you. So right now I'm working on converting my blog into this publication. So I haven't had a chance to measure the traffic. I'm not a YouTuber. I am trying to hire YouTubers. I hired one and didn't work out after 3 videos. So long story short, I'm doing everything I can to in development, we call it dog food, our own
Mm.
product. But hopefully, I'll have a better answer for you once I convert my blog and get another person to do videos for me. I'll be able to say, hey, in 6 months, we generated this much traffic.
That would be really cool. I'll definitely bring you back on and we could see how this is developing. How long has this app been in the market for? And how many versions of the app are you now on?
So I remember I launched the first initial version back in November of 23. At that time, it was just a test. It was literally just website. It had one box to put in a YouTube link, one button. There was no sign up, nothing. It wasn't paid or anything, just to test the market. I posted on Reddit. Everyone loved it. And I've been adding things to it. So I think I did do a video blog 2.0. I'm not good at naming versions. As far as updates, ever since November 2023, I've pushed at least 4 or 5 updates a week to production.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I've
Good
ever
to hear.
missed a week, even on vacation. I'm updating it constantly. Thankfully, I get so much great feedback from my users. I have a long roadmap. I have a public roadmap, and then I have an internal one, and just tons of stuff I want to add, and not enough time to do it. So yeah, it's changing constantly.
If you're going to get in with a tool, especially in the earlier days, you want to be, as a customer, you want to be seeing the ongoing improvements to the app. You want to see that the developer and the founder are actually involved and are constantly trying to improve it. I love the fact that you're saying that you're pushing out 4 or 5 updates a week. I think that's really important. Thank you for sharing that. There is a question that I need to ask because it's such a hot topic right now, and you probably know what it is. What is stopping your typical customer from using tools like no-code builders like Zapier, etc., or vibe coding with all those other tools? What's stopping them from and making your product so unique compared to what these other these tools? What's the difference here? Hard
Yeah,
question, I know.
no, it's a good question. To be honest, it's just something I'm not worried about, whether rightfully or wrongfully. Basically, my 2 thoughts are, one, I don't think in this case or in any SaaS product, I don't think it's the best coder wins. I think it's more of a marketing thing, like finding the right market. So that to me is the much harder part. Like, hey, what's the messaging on my website? Right now, I have a ton of people using it for a lot of reasons. How do I hone in on that market? Build something great for a smaller amount of people rather than something okay for a bunch of people. Questions like that are really what hold me up and are much harder than actually just making me let me tell you this. I've built so many apps that have failed. If it was a matter of just building an app, I would be the most successful person ever. Whether they find the market or not, that's a completely different story.
Essentially, your customers want your app for that specific reason. But if they're able to go away and build it themselves through plain English, why wouldn't they do that? What's the thing that's really making you passionate about your app? What's that USP that's essentially the average person with no development skills who can just go vibe code? What can't they do where your app will exceed?
So one, I'd say go for it. I think when people come to my app, they're really wanting to quickly repurpose their videos to have another marketing avenue for a YouTube channel, blog, or whatever. So you can get on my website and convert 30 videos in maybe an hour or 5 minutes per video, or you can spend, I don't know how long it takes a vibe coder, 3 weeks building the product and using it, and then still I feel like it's not going to be that great because I've had almost 2 years of research and figuring out what people want. Yeah, they're all for that. I guess you could maybe make that argument with any SaaS app of why spend $9 a month or whatever? I can just go build it myself. So I'm not too worried about that. As far as what makes mine special, I have invested a lot into our prompts. I've hired a lot of SEO experts to figure out how can we make AI create the best article. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes as far as ours add screenshots, internal links, external links. We map with your website. We just have a ton of features. I just don't think it's worth anyone else building it just for them. Now, if they wanted to build it and try to compete with me, that's a different story. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, and I just want to add on to that as someone who's been extensively playing around with coding and tools. And let me tell you that even to build a simple video to transcription tool without the blogging side of it is a pain, because you've got to play around with API keys. You've got to connect it to databases, and then play around with Google Console, Developer Console, and all of that stuff. It's such a pain to do. So I was curious from your side, like from my side, I know I just can't be bothered doing it, and to learn it is just a headache. So yeah, I do just want to put that on top, which is anyone willing to go through that stress and aggravation deserves $9 a month or however much you charge.
Yeah, and my other school of thought is, I'm a software engineer. I've been a software engineer for a long time, and I'm really optimistic with AI. I still don't use it. To me, it's not good enough. I know it opens the door for a lot of people who maybe weren't coders before, but I think it's just not that good enough. All the senior principal level engineers that I still talk with, no one uses it. I just don't think it's there yet. There's a lot of hype around it, but nope. Yeah, again, the experts that I know, we're still not using it. But hopefully, that might change in 6 months.
Okay, so one final question before we jump in and have a look at your app. I'm really excited about this. It's just a simple question. Feel free to give one word answer or elaborate, but are you passionate about this?
Yes, I love it. I love building products that delight people and solve a problem. I've been passionate about this since I was introduced to coding, but really even when I got my first job and just realized how not passionate my coworkers were about it. I love it. I love building things. Even if I wasn't coding, I'd be building something. I love it to be my job and full-time thing. And I can't ever stop thinking about it. When I go on vacation, I still have to bring my computer. My wife hates it. But yes, I absolutely love it. This is what I breathe for.
As a founder, like you say, you failed countless other projects in the past. You've got to be passionate and motivated in order to keep picking yourself up and keep developing and keep on going. It's such a credit to you, and it's an incredibly lonely place to be. Once you start getting customers and building your community, that's when it stops being so lonely. Good for you to keep on going, trying to find self-gain for yourself, but also trying to find a way to make other people's lives easier and better. So let's jump into your screen and start demoing the app. It would be fantastic if you could share your screen and start walking me. I'll probably interrupt you a few times if I've got a question, but start talking out loud and let's see your app.
Cool. Yeah. Feel free to interrupt whenever.
And for those of you, I will add all the links to Andrew's socials, to his website. His website is VideoToBlog.ai in the description below. Make sure to check it out, support the tool, and just pop Andrew a hello when if you're in the mood for a chat.
Cool. So this is our website. And as I mentioned earlier, the whole vision and the goal of VideoToBlog is we want to make it really easy for you to convert a video or videos into awesome blog posts. I'll go to the dashboard since I'm already signed in. But basically, I got a couple examples here. I'll do both of them. These aren't my videos. These videos are under the Creative Commons license, so I'm free to use it. But these are good videos. I wanted to demonstrate the screenshot feature.
So could you explain what that means for people who don't know what the Creative Commons license actually is?
Yeah, it's a good question. It means anyone can use it. I'm free to use this video for anything I want. I'm not a lawyer, so don't quote me on this directly.
But these YouTubers, these content creators, in their YouTube accounts, in their settings, they actually mark it as anyone can use. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It should be somewhere on here. Yeah,
license
Creative Commons right here.
Oh, so that's actually a really good tip. You can go to the bottom of the description of any video and YouTube will show you if it's reuse allowed or not. So people won't get in trouble if you use these videos.
Exactly. I would use my own, but I'm too embarrassed. So we're going to use theirs. They're a lot better than mine.
Oh, no, I doubt that.
So yeah, this is a Figma tutorial. If you don't know what Figma is, it doesn't really matter. It's a tool that designers use. But I'll create a new one. We want to make this as easy as possible. So all you have to do is just paste in a link. We offer a bunch of customization options. So I'll go through a few of them. I don't want to spend an hour on it.
You just do which ones you think's most relevant.
So I think this one's 24 minutes. I think this one justifies maybe at least a 1,500 word blog post. I won't use the premium transcriptions, but this option is really good if you have a podcast or multiple speakers. Basically, it means we'll transcribe it using our own service, which is much better. And then you can differentiate between the speakers. In this case, it's one speaker, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Next to every single time a speaker talks, it will have the name before what they've said.
Yeah, exactly. So the AI will know who's talking. It makes it for a lot better blog post with multiple speakers. I'll click embed video. I think this option will probably be by default pretty soon. I'll do add screenshots. What this is going to do, it's going to look at the video and insert relevant screenshots in the blog post.
Is that from the actual video? Oh my God. I have been trying to do stuff like that for ages. That would be amazing for how-to style blogs, review videos, affiliate marketers who review stuff.
This is definitely one of our most popular features. It's something I've spent a lot of time on. We're always trying to make it more accurate. It's definitely one of my favorite features now, at least. These are kind of ordered in like what we think the importance of a blog post. Like we want a blog post to be written, have great visuals. You can add AI images, stock images. We want it to have at least one really nice visual. The next thing are links. So we offer a few different options. Internal links, you can hook up your website and it will look at your website and try to include links in the blog post to your website.
Why would someone want that?
Because for SEO, you want to backlink to your own blog post. If you go look at like blogs, like high quality blogs like HubSpot or any high quality blogs, they're always linking to other blog posts in their blogs.
Why would Google want you to do that? How does it help the reader?
You probably know this more than I do since you have more SEO experience, but I think correct me if I'm wrong, my understanding is it gives the reader more context, but it also gives the search engine more context.
My understanding of internal links, which is absolutely part of what you said, is it's about helping the reader understand content, and by linking certain words in the actual text of the blogs to other pages that are relevant to those words gives greater clarity and help for the actual reader. By doing that, you're creating an internal network within your website that's passing on what we call SEO juice, and it's guiding people where they need to go for greater content. Think of like Wikipedia linking all those words to other words that people might not understand. It's like a dictionary where it's like, oh, I don't know that word, so I'm going to click on that and it's going to give me more context about that. Yeah, that's my understanding. Would you say that's aligned well with yours?
Yeah, 100%. I really like how you phrased it, and it's kind of been my approach to SEO. Yes, there's always SEO reasons that people explain to do stuff. What we try to do, and I think it's the best way for SEO, is kind of what you said, is like we just try to provide value to the reader. Is it better for the reader? Then if so, it's going to be good for SEO because that's exactly what Google's trying to do. I think our approach with SEO for the product has been, instead of trying to reverse engineer Google, which I think a lot of SEO professionals do, we try to be on the same side of Google. Like, let's provide the most value to the reader.
Focus on the human. And I think that's a really good point, because a lot of people are scared of AI blogs and putting them onto their websites because they think Google will penalize them for producing AI blogs. Actually, in Google's guidelines, Google doesn't have an issue with AI-based content. What they have an issue with is garbage content. So as long as the content's factual, which ties in really nice with the transcription side of what you're doing, because it's factual information from a video, then your content will actually be really good to go. I'm just loving all of this. This is so convenient what I'm looking at right now. Anyone who's tried to build their own tools or or have manually done internal linking, what an absolute headache that is. So if this does that for you, automatically, you're in a really good place.
Yeah, and this feature was as a direct result from user feedback, and it totally made sense. And we actually just rebuilt it. So this works really well. I don't have a website related to this video, so I'm not going to enable it. But I've heard really good feedback since we released this. The other option is external links. This will search the internet and find relevant links.
And why would people want external links?
I guess same thing. So I think like so for this one, I'm going to click this one. We know that this blog post is going to have the word Figma in it, and a lot of people don't know what Figma is. So including a link where the blog post says Figma to what Figma is would be perfect. And so that would be a good reason to enable this. Does that make sense? Providing the reader with more value and more context.
Nice. And do those links open up in a separate tab? Because people get distracted easily online. So if they click on the link and then they're taken directly to another page, will that open up in a new tab or change their page completely?
It should open in a new tab. If it doesn't, that's a bug. Based on user feedback, I went back and changed them all. All links should open in
I
a
would
new
find
tab.
it scary if a developer said to me that app is completely finished.
Oh, yeah, God.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So as long as you're aware and you're constantly making improvements to it within a reasonable time frame, that's all that can be ever expected of you.
This thing will never be finished. But for this case, I did look at the video, and a lot of videos have links in the description. So we offer an option to include these or some of these links. This is real popular. So I'll enable this. You can go through and check which ones are relevant. So I'll just keep them all. Those are the main options. We offer a bunch of other stuff to customize the writing style. This is also something we'll be coming out with more features. I think a lot of feedback I get now is they want an article to sound more like other blog posts that they've already done. And we're going to be offering more features to do that, such as brand voice, writing examples, etc. But right now we offer a bunch of customization options. I'm not going to enable them right now.
Sure.
If you want to optimize on a key phrase, you can do that. We have some other options, but for the sake of time, I'll go ahead and hit create blog post. And what it's going to do, you should start seeing it pretty quickly.
Wow, that's rapid. I like how it's being done in real time as well.
We'll go through and start writing the blog post. Shouldn't take too long, definitely less than a minute to write the post. What does take a little bit of time sometimes is adding the screenshots. So while it's doing that, because it will take just a minute, I'll go ahead and just to get a couple examples. This is pretty similar. Again, Creative Commons license. It's a video for an Excel tutorial.
Can you use this for short form videos as well?
Yes. I have a lot of people using it for videos. For short form videos, well, that's not fun. I don't know if I recommend that. The video is less than 60 seconds. What kind of quality blog post can you get from it? But you can, and I have people using it. I think that's something I need to dig more into, like how exactly people are using it. Okay, you can go ahead and start reviewing this blog post. You can see it already added a link here.
Oh,
Figma.
nice.
I think that's a really appropriate use of the link. That's the exact example I just mentioned, so that was convenient. You just go through and proofread it. Here's another link, and then we'll see the screenshots hopefully start to show up.
With all of these titles, are these in heading tags and appropriate schema that Google recommends, like heading tags, bullet points, subhead, all of those sort of things, if it follows the SEO guide? So basically these are fully rankable blogs.
Yeah, for sure. Optimized for SEO. We got H2 tags, and all that is formatted appropriately. We also optimize,
especially
the
quotes as well.
readability.
The quotes are fantastic.
Yeah, you don't get these all the time. The AI will put them in sometimes, and they put in quotes, especially for podcasts or interviews and stuff like that.
Full disclaimer with AI, it has a mind of its own. So depending on the day, the results can vary. Our prompts are a good indicator of how well we can get stuff out, but AI is constantly changing. You're not always going to get exact results, but these snapshots are amazing.
And to that point, one thing I do want to mention, I feel like it's really underutilized with my users, but we offer free regeneration. You can regenerate this as many times as you want. You don't get charged extra. There's no extra credits. So if you don't like this for some reason, you can regenerate it. We also have a revision history where if you regenerate it, and you can revert back to this version.
So it doesn't matter how many words the initial blog's done, you can regenerate it and it'll do the same word count for you.
Exactly.
Oh, that's very generous.
The reason is because we feel like this is underutilized and we want people to create high quality content. We'll give you whatever tool you need, including regenerating for free, to get the exact blog post that you're wanting.
I like the fact that it's making certain things in bold, like ellipsis tool, press L, or the shift key. And that's such good attention to detail. It actually makes it more human friendly, because a lot of users tend to scan things. When we want to signify important things, we often put in bold or italic. So the fact that this is doing this in such a neat and accurate way is a testament to what you've built so far. I like that.
I'll give all credit to the SEO experts I hired. They knew that was an important thing, and they adjusted our AI prompts to make sure it did that. As you can see, it's a pretty lengthy blog post. I don't know how many words it ended up being, 1,800.
Oh.
It doesn't always get the screenshots right, although we've made it more accurate. The AI usually gets pretty close. And so what we do is we offer a feature that, we pretty much pick up to like 5 or 6 other screenshots. So you can easily select the right one. If it still is not right, that's okay. We give you a way to select your own screenshot.
This is the marketing angle that you need to be pushing this out. The fact that it actually takes the snapshots from the videos, like that is a massive USP there.
And I think from looking at our users, we've got the screenshots to where they're probably about 80-90% accurate. Change 10 to 20% of the screenshots, so it saves a ton of time. And you can also annotate. We give you all the tools you need to crop or to annotate, to point things out.
That's
People
fantastic.
use this all the time,
Yeah.
and it creates really high quality blog posts when you do this. So we also have a content analyzer. Oh, to your point about the AI content detection. So like you said, I'm in your camp. Google has said that, hey, we don't care if it's written by AI, we just want it to be quality. But a lot of my users care. So we have an AI content detector. It will scan it and see if it's going to be flagged by AI detectors. And if it is, which in this case is not, there will be a button that we can humanize it for you to bypass those AI detectors. It's not a feature I recommend, but my users love it. So we have it in there.
I think it just puts people's minds at ease a bit because not everyone has gone through Google's guidelines and all that documentation. Exactly. So yeah, it's nice. And what I really like about it is the readability here. Most people don't know this, but we're actually meant to be writing our blogs for teens around about 11 to 13-year-olds. So I think that's a 6th or 7th grade reading level. So that's actually a nice touch as well. And it fills me with confidence as a potential customer when I'm looking at this. All of this is actually matching my pre-existing knowledge of SEO and how things should be done when it comes to blog creating. So yeah, it's really nice to see.
Yeah, we got this. I mean, we try to do everything for you. This will generate metadata for you. All this gets exported when you export to your website. We even generate social media promotions to promote it. And then once you're done reviewing, editing it, you can export it. You can create a publication, like I said, if you don't have a website, or if you do have a website, we offer a ton of integrations. We're even going to start offering more integrations if you already have your own website. There's a bunch more I could go over, but for the sake of time, that's kind of the gist of it. We can peek at our other one, but similar result. This is a good use case. I think these images need to be annotated and zoomed in. But yeah, so we offer automations. You can automate your channel. So anytime a YouTube video is released, it will automatically create a blog post for you. And yeah, again, we offer a bunch of other features. For the sake of time, I'll just end it. I think that is the gist.
This is enough to let people decide whether or not this is a tool for them, which I absolutely, yeah, this is fantastic. I'm actually probably going to start playing around with this even more because I do software reviews, and the snapshot side of things is something I've needed for quite a while. So definitely going to have more of a play.
Awesome. Well, yeah, if you have any feedback, let me know.
Yeah, definitely. What is the biggest lesson you've learned about growing this business, and what can you pass on to other founders?
Yeah, maybe back to my earlier point of like, I think it's a numbers game, and I think the ideas that you think will succeed aren't necessarily going to succeed, and the ideas you think maybe are. So I guess the lesson is just to try a bunch of stuff. Don't be tied to one idea, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still learning everything as I go. I think finding a market, something that's been pretty hard for me. I think those would probably be the biggest lessons I've learned so far. I still have a long way to go. So my answer might be different in 2 years. We'll see.
Thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate your time, and I really hope people check out your tool. Let me know in the comments if you have. Any final remarks?
I really appreciate you having me on. This has been awesome. I know your audience is super into these kind of apps. And so I just really appreciate you taking the time to have me on. This has been really fun to talk about.
Great. That was Andrew Petrovics, founder of VideoToBlog.ai. If you create video content and want to get more mileage from it, definitely check out his tool. Links in the description. If you enjoyed this episode of Behind the Founder, hit subscribe, leave a comment. We've got more unfiltered conversations and real product walkthroughs coming up. See you in the next one.